Hey everyone, it's Preston Wallace, software engineer, and I just wanted to share an app that I just created using React and Redux on the front end, of course with JavaScript and HTML, and then on the back end, Node.js for JavaScript and Express, SQLize, PG, Postgres, and a few other technologies. All right, let's get right into it. Get this shared. Here we are. So here we have our Interplanetary Academy of JavaScript. It's somewhat of a silly premise, but fun to implement. All right, so here, of course, you can read. It's a CRUD app, so create, read, update, and delete. Read, of course, you can see all of the campuses, all the details of the campuses. One thing to note here real quick is that this is a single page application. So meaning only one HTML document has ever been loaded, only one page has been loaded. These are all just different views. So it's very quick and responsive, and yeah. So real quick, campus students are listed here. You can actually remove the students. This doesn't actually remove the student, but it removes them from the campus. So you can add a student to a campus, and that automatically updates in the view, which is very, very handy. All right, and then you can view the list of students, and then when you go back to that list of students, you can actually remove a student, meaning deleting them from the database. All right, and then if we go into the details of a student, it shows all their information here. We can update a student. I can add my name instead, and then you can click that, and immediately that is refreshed in the view here. To make it a little bit more visible here, let's change the campus. And immediately you notice that campus updates here. So we can go to that campus. We can update the campus as well. None of these are required, and that's why I have this note there. All fields are optional. And now if you go to the list of students, then you can click to add a student. Let's add me again. And as you notice on the right-hand side, these required flags go away when those fields are filled in. I can add that student. Immediately, this form goes back to neutral, so you can add another student real quick. And as well, that student is now listed here in the list of students. I have a Filmery image here. That's kind of fun. And you can see those details. A bunch of stuff is not filled out here. We have no campus yet until we select a campus. Let's put me in Jupitus. Then automatically it's updated in the database, persists in the database, as well as updates the view. And there is, of course, we have a list of the campuses with the number of students there, no students here, 4 students there. Let's take a look at Jupitus here, and let's add let us add a student here to, there we go, add some students there, and then let's go back to the list of campuses. Yeah, then those students are then showing up there in the list of campuses. All right, and you can see the different campuses here listed on the home page. Of course, if you write in a bunch of gobbledygook, it gives you a 404 saying that there is nothing there. All right, and that's pretty much the basics of it. In the coding here, I have my seed file that seeds the database with the information from these 2 different files. You can add that in as necessary. In my database, I have my campuses model, and then those associations, the students model, and then of course where the database is defined. Now we have the index.html. This is where it all kind of starts in the public folder here. The browser, the client's machine is going to look in that file, going to find this file or that folder, look at this file, and then this main ID, this div with the ID of main is going to be shown here. And then in my components, you will see the in main, this is where React inserts itself into the DOM. This is where it's inserting its virtual DOM into the DOM. So basically grabbing this main and then putting all of this in its place. So provider is what is giving us the Redux store state to all of the nested components within root. And then router is where we're allowed to use things like link or things like router inside our components. So if you look in the root component, we are basically it's just one component that renders a bunch of different ones depending on which URL matches. And it's not that that URL is actually sending you to a different page. It's just when that URL is this, then show this component, campus list. And so on all the way down to the bottom here, which is where we have our not found 404 error. And so just a little bit of each one of the components here. We have some local state for the, this is campus add, so this is the form state, basically. I pretty much don't have any local state except for form state, and then my loading state, meaning if we are fetching something, let's show that loading component, which is down here. And then it's going to show you this, just basically a little headline and that image of the loading bar. We have our home. All of the different data points are passed in to the pages or to the views, like campus name, campus description. Yeah, and then I have my reducers, campus's reducer, where we have our action types, our action creators, thunk creators, and the thunk creators are making our API requests pretty much. The thunks are, and our student reducers, and then those are combined into combined reducers. And that's pretty much it. There isn't too much more. Well, I guess I did not show my API routes. I have some API routes for grabbing all of the data from the database. So we have using Sequelize here. It's promise-based, so campus find all, where we're using some eager loading to include the other model as well, the other table into that data. And then, of course, delete and put requests are defined there, and post. All right, thank you for watching. That was my app pretty much in a nutshell, and it was fun creating it.